Here we go with day 2 of MonoGen week, and you know what that means? Yup, it's Johto, so let's just get kind of straight into this. Hey guys, it's Wild. We got a match here today, actually against TheFlamingSpade, because he was just randomly on smogon. I was like, herp derp, let's accept, and then it was when I was trying to get some Johto matches, which actually took a while, just because I got hacked a lot, or just, you know, stupid shit happened. But anyways, I'm actually using like a pseudo rain team. Really, the only thing that truly benefits from it is White2 and kind of Porygon because I put Thunder on it. But I got a standard Crobat, well, stall breaking Crobat rather. Got an offensive P2, offensive Politoed, offensive Donphan, still a Stealth Rock, so Specs Raikou and Abandoned Scissor. So my team is really offensive. So I could have really built this team better. It's probably the weakest of all the teams I made, but it's, you know, it's not that bad, but it's like I could have put more effort into it, but I really didn't. I don't know why, but anyways, Spade is using a basically standard team except for the Meloetta. The Meloetta is just kind of random, but otherwise his team is fairly standard and fairly synergetic. He just could have really used a grass type, but yeah, looking at threats on his end, like Genesect's the only thing that's going to be really annoying, I think. Otherwise, most of his team I should be able to handle just fine. I do got to watch for the Jirachi and Heatran just because they've caused me troubles in the past, so I just got to make sure I properly check them and do what I can against them, otherwise they're going to be really annoying. So, leads on his end, I wasn't really sure what he was going to lead with. I thought maybe he'd lead off with, like, Terrakion or, I don't know what, really. I don't know why I really thought it was a good idea to lead with Crobat, but I did. I know I can't take a hit, so I'm just going to go straight to P2, because I figured that's the best thing I had to take a hit from Genesect. He's going to go for Thunderbolts, and it's going to do about a third, so I'm like, okay, well, he's probably going to switch, I know that. Let's just Ice Beam, because I should be able to hit anything that wants to come in. And I hit the Terrakion. It does over half, so I'm like, wow, that is pretty good. But I got to switch out, because I can't do anything to Terrakion. I don't want to take a close combat, so I'm just going to go out to Donphan, who I figure is the best guy to take a close combat, or Crobat, but I didn't want to predict my switch to Crobat, so I'm thinking, okay, I should be able to take at least one more close combat, and he's probably going to want to switch anyway, so I'll go for Stealth Rock, but now he's going to go into Meloetta. I think maybe, a lot of these Meloetta are just made to go into step form, so I'm just going to think I can take a Relic Song, just because of the fact that he's probably not running much special attack EVs, so I just go for Earthquake. Does a lot to the step form Meloetta, and I know I'm going to die this turn anyway, so I'm just going to go for Ice Shard, just to get a little bit of extra damage in, which is actually going to be really important later on, because I do have the Stealth Rocks up, but actually it's going to kind of bite me in the ass in a sense later on too, so whoops. But he's going to go to Heatran. He had the Balloon. I break it at least with the Bullet Punch, and I didn't want to risk him getting too much damage on my Scissor, which is why I went straight for the Bullet Punch. But best thing I would take on Heatran is my Politoed, plus I don't have Rain Up, so I could just go out to that. He actually carries the Magma Storm, so I am trapped, but it's not like I really care about being trapped. But then he goes for Sunny Day, and I'm like, well, that's Spade for you. But I at least hit him with a Hydro Pump. Still does a pretty okay chunk, but obviously doesn't take it out because of the sun. I figure, okay, we'll just go for another one. And then I see the Solar Beam, and I'm like, okay, that's Spade for you. But I figure I can take it at the very least, and then hit him with a Hydro Pump. And since he is now dead, the Magma Storm is gone, so I do get above the Stealth Rock point, and he switches in Jirachi. I'm like, okay, I really want to get my Rain back going, because I'm going to need at least my Raikou to win this match. So I go to Crobat, just really because I knew he wouldn't go straight for the attack, and if he did, oh well, Crobat can take it, but I figured he wouldn't, and then I can just U-turn right out, go into Politoed, just get my Rain back up, and then let this thing die, which kind of sucks, because I would have liked to hit this Jirachi with a Hydro Pump, but oh well. But now I'm going to go into Scissor, because my game plan is kind of like, okay, I can hit this thing with a U-turn, and that should do enough to go into Raikou and then take him out with a Thunder, but he's going to go into Meloetta as Death Fodder, which is kind of why it's bad that I got the Stealth Rocks up in that instance, but obviously they're still Stealth Rocks, so they'll still help me out a little bit later. But he's going to go into Breloom, go for the Spore, and I thought, okay, if he sets up, I can just go into Crobat, but he doesn't set up, so I'm kind of thinking he might not be an SD Breloom, but he goes into Terrakion, and goes for Stone Edge. It misses. It is going to matter a lot, because otherwise it would die a lot later, but, you know, that's shit. But getting going to Porygon just because best thing I have, because I thought he was just locked into Stone Edge, and I was thinking, okay, well, I can just fire off a Thunder, but it turns out he's like Expert Belt or something, so he's going to take me out. Unfortunate, but I'll just move on, because now I know he's not Scarfed. So now I can go into Crobat and take him out the Brave Bird, which is the end of Terrakion at the very least, so that's pretty nice. But now he's going to go into Jirachi, and this Jirachi is going to be a pain because I don't have any super effective moves against it, so yeah. Plus I don't have Porygon anymore, so I can't really abuse those Thunders to try and lower its health, so I got to rely on Scizor, which has no recovery, so it's going to be a lot harder to do. But yeah, just going to try and go for U-turn here, but here he goes out to Genesect, knowing I probably just am going to go for U-turn anyways. So, yeah, I just go for U-turn because I wanted to try and hit that Jirachi in a range where Raikou could take it out. But he goes into Genesect, and then I go into Raikou after I U-turn. But I'm figuring here he's going to go for the Bug Buzz, but I make the stupid, really stupid choice of staying in here with Raikou, thinking he might just go for a different move, predicting Crobat. But I should have been safe. I should have just gone to Crobat, and that is probably going to cost me a lot later on, because now I can't really take hits from Jirachi, and I kind of would appreciate if I could, but now I can't, so well. But yeah, but at least live the Bug Buzz, kill him with Volt Switch. But then I go into Scizor, he goes into Breloom. I know for a fact he's not going to Spore, just because of the fact that Scizor is so low, and there's a chance I can just stay in and Bullet Punch. He doesn't want to take that chance. So I go into Crobat, obviously take the Mach Punch, doesn't really do anything, so I know he's banded now, because I look at the damage, and I quick ran a damage calc, because I'm like that, and it looked banded. So anyways, I'm going to go for the Brave Bird first, because I thought maybe he'd sack his Breloom, but it would be stupid to sack his Breloom. So I just go for Roost on this Jirachi. He gets a Paralyze on me, which I kind of like in a sense, because now I get the slower U-turn, so I can avoid taking any damage on Raikou, but I unfortunately get the Paralyze, so now he's going to have enough health to where he'll probably be able to take a Thunder well enough, but I'm going to go for U-turn now. And then going to Raikou, my main chance is I need to Thunder him and at least get the Paralyze on him so I can outspeed with Scizor and go for the U-turn, because I know that his Breloom cannot touch my Raikou, so I need to try and kill this Jirachi really quick. But I go for Thunder, does over half, I'm like, yes, and then I get the full Paralyze and I'm like, oh fuck. That just kind of secures the game, because now another Thunder will take out Jirachi, and then I have Crobat for his Breloom, so that kind of secures it up. But if he didn't get fully Paralyzed, he would have killed me. I would have gone to Scizor, gotten a U-turn off, and then hopefully been able to take him out, but nothing's set in stone. But he makes a stupid play and goes into Breloom, but I guess it was just basically game anyway, so he's just like, let Breloom go, and then Jirachi dies, so that would kind of be the match. So GG Spade. That kind of para at the end kind of secured it for me. It was probably pretty unfortunate, you know, Hacks is a bitch, but what can you really do? So, yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, Hoenn tomorrow. Probably not going to do any LP parts, I just realized that for this week, like, other than the Poke MMO, but, like, no real LP parts, just because of the fact that I'm doing this instead, so, I don't know, whatever, I'll try and finish the LP soon. I've been prolonging it way too long, but I'll try and get that done eventually. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, such a fucking blah, rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.